grievance that many people feel, and that is the reason why we cannot support this.
I call Brendan Horan.
Thank you very much, Mr. Chair. Before I start, I'd like to thank the Chair for the opportunity to speak. As the independent, or as one of now 2 independent MPs in Parliament, I only get the opportunity to truly partake in the democratic process during the committee stages of each bill. And along with 7 other MPs who have to beg, steal or borrow speaking slots from the major parties. And for me, this really occurs. And so I really do appreciate being able to take this call, sir. And also I look forward to calls later this evening and certainly after dinner whereby I can partake in the democratic process, because, as we know, sometimes deals are made between major parties, but they don't consider those other MPs that are in the House. So this bill is somewhat akin to the GCSB debacle and Kim.com. In the Plumbers, Gasfitters and Drainlayers board, the government has the board there. It was investigated by the Ombudsman, who found dubious, illegal and unlawful activity, and rather than pay back $600,000, which is, ministers pay themselves a Wellington accommodation allowance over $600,000 annually, so it would have been quite easy for the board to repay that money to the Plumbers, Gasfitters and Drainlayers that they illegally took that money from. But no, they go to the minister, and here we have now a retrospective change in legislation, sir, and it's not fair, it's not the Kiwi way. And I wonder what's happening to our country and the message that we're sending out to the children of New Zealand when something so wrong can just be turned around and we can change legislation. So when we look at legislation, I think it's very, very important that we say, is this good legislation? And as we've heard from everybody on this side of the House, this is clearly not good legislation. This is a board who have adopted a heavy-handed approach. They are turning the industry themselves, at 17,100 tradesmen, and they're turning the industry, this great industry, against the government, sir. And we only need to look at some of the other price increases that this board has wrought upon the plumbers, gasfitters and drainlayers. And if we look at the cost to plumbers, for instance, to get an apprentice through the system, what used to be $6,000, thanks to levies imposed by the board, is now $12,000 or $14,000 an apprentice. And so I spoke to a plumber earlier this week who normally has 3 apprentices, but because of the costs imposed by this board, he now has only 1 apprentice, and he had told me himself that once that apprentice is finished, he is not going to get another one. So we have a board that is really turning the industry against itself, sir, and I cannot support this bill. Thank you very much.
The Honourable Annette King.
Continue on from where Chris Hipkins was in his contribution.